Loads of changes in that game, and were you pleased with what you saw first and foremost?
Second half I was. I thought we played well. I thought we played with what I expect of a Peterborough team, with energy and tempo, with shots at goal. First half, no. What we worked on and what we spoke about, especially when we lost the ball, we were one of press teams. We didn't do that well enough. Just didn't have enough energy about us, really, I felt. And second half, I thought the changes helped. Swanee gave us more energy and more quality. Joe Newell, I thought, did really well when he came on. Young Jermaine did really well in the second half. I thought he did quite well in the game, actually. Ricardo started getting further forward. We played on the front foot. So I was pleased with the second half. I was pleased that Ricardo's had a full game. I thought he did fine. Young Tom Conlon's come on. Jermaine's done really well. Joe Newell, the young ones. Vass on another day can get a hat-trick quite comfortably. So Swanee's come through it fine. A lot of positives to take from the game. Clean sheet. I feel the clean sheet's so important next week at home. I really do. And if we can get one, I think it'll give us a great chance.
When you look at some of those players that were out today, you know, some of them don't get shown out very often. I mean, Ricardo, for instance, that's the first time he's played, and you know, it looks like he's got so much ability, and that's a real positive, isn't it, for the football club?
I think that the big sort of influence we have from all the way from the top to the bottom of the club in terms of the youth is paramount at this football club, and we're trying to get more and more young players in. They've got to have the quality, they understand the philosophy, all the way from the under-13s to the first team, and that's really important. And excuse me, Ricardo's one. It's not come right through the youth because we've obviously taken him from Thurrock, but he's got a good chance. And all the other young players I thought did well. Vassell's only 21. People forget that. He may look 41, but he's only 21, so he's only a young kid as well. And from where he's come from, I thought he did alright at times today. I think he just needs that goal to get a bit of confidence. The one in the first half, I think if he gets that, he probably will go on and score 2 or 3. So a lot of positives.
We mentioned Swanee. You gave him 45 minutes today, and I know you were worried previously about his match fitness because he's been out for a little while, but he didn't look like he'd lost any of that whatsoever.
No, he was breathing at the end, but I was pleased about that. I wanted it to be a real long opener for him. He's not missed a long period of time, but even 2-3 weeks he's missed, you do lose an edge, and it was important that he got through it and got that sharpness. So I'll bring him on that, and he'll be fine for next week. Clean
sheet today. That's obviously a positive that you've got to take out of today, and that's exactly what you want going into the playoffs.
Yeah, we do. And it didn't matter who we had. I've always said that, and I've always maintained that. It turns out we've got Leighton Orient, who have had a magnificent season. Got a top manager and assistant. I know them well. They're good lads. It'll be a tough game.
How important is that for you to now know? Because obviously before it was up in the air who it could be. Now you do know. How important is that for you to now go down those tactics and work out what we've got to do? Does it make much of a difference?
Well, obviously, it was one of 3 today. I've picked my team already for whoever we're playing. I know exactly what my team's going to be.
And how excited are you by the playoffs?
Yeah, it's really exciting. It'll be a full house. We'll take whatever we can get, allocation wise to their place. It's exciting times, but you have to win them. Otherwise it's a disaster. I've only been in it as a manager once, but as a player twice. I've lost them, and it's not good. So we'll treat Leighton Orient with the respect they're due, and it'll be a tough game, but they know as well it's going to be a tough game for them.
How important is it knowing the experience, knowing what you know now as a manager? Because as you just said then, you've been through this, you know the period, you know what it's like. How important is that for you to have that on your side?
I think it's a case of being really calm, composed, make sure we prepare as we always do, be really thorough in certain areas where we feel our strengths are. I'll probably pick my team quite early in the week, and it's going to be a disappointment for some players, but that's just the decisions you've got to make. And we'll be really thorough in our preparation, as I say, and I think my experience and other players' experience can come into it. But the one thing you do want is momentum, but you can't take away from the fact it's who performs on the day. There's no question about that. And that's the case. That's just going to be on Saturday and then the following Tuesday. You
had the chance today to go out and thank the fans for what they've been like this season, and parading the JPT as well. I think it's important to note that we haven't done it previously because you wanted to concentrate on the league. So now that was out of the way, it was a nice to go around and parade that once.
Oh, absolutely. They're the mainstay of the club. and we know that when this place is full, they can make a hell of a noise, and it can be really our 12th man. And I think what I say in my programme notes will be clear to how important I think the fans are next Saturday and how important a part they can play. They've already beaten Wembley once this season, and I'm sure they're desperate to get back there.